So we're going to look at SPY 7/28/2022. There's a significant area with SPY coming up. So I want to talk about this area as well. And if you watch this video, you can kind of prepare for this potential rejection here. And I'll tell you why. All right, so this is the monthly chart here with SPY right now. And as you see, we have turned at a very significant level here, right? You know it's significant because why? Let's take a deeper look into this right here. So this here is support this month. You see it opened up here, closed right here at this level. Almost touched here month prior, but you can see how it came down close to this 377, 375-ish area. You can see here back in February how they were kind of, the wick came down here at 375. It did break above, but you could see how they were holding on to this area here, and here. It was resistance, finally broke above, came back, tested, and then, of course, went up. So this 375 area is very significant, by the way, if you guys are paying attention to SPY. So you can see here, in the most recent movement here, we have 375 as support for last month. And then we opened up here around 375. This month we took off. Now we're coming up on this level here, which is 415, a 415-ish area. 415 is a very, very significant level. It's a very pretty heavy rejection area as well. So it is resistance. Now you could see here that because we're looking at the monthly chart here. So last month we opened up at this 416. We rejected it. We came back all the way down here to support. Now we're climbing back up here in this area. Even here, we had created this doji here, and we closed a little bit below this 416 area, opened up right back at it, and it rejected and came down. So we're coming up on this area again, this 416-ish area. So this is definitely a potential area for a possible rejection. So this is definitely what we want to look at, in the coming days once we get closer to this area. So let's go on the weekly chart here. And you can see here, the support area on SPY is holding this 200-day moving average on the weekly. It's coming up, money flow is decreasing. Yes, we do look a little bullish here. But my anticipation is once we get here, there is going to be a rejection, right? Will we fall all the way back down to support at 375-ish? I don't think we will, because I think we are going to create higher lows. But I do think that there is going to be a pullback. And why? Because once we hit this 415-ish area here, we're going to come into overbought. We may even break it, which I hope we do break it, touch this 200-day moving average here before we pull back. So that could be possible here because you do see that we have a lot of volume. We have a nice W here. But the thing is, stocks do have to create patterns in order to keep running. So even if we break above this 414, 415-ish level, that's going to be great. And you can see here how significant it is. Because when we tried to turn here at like 390, we came up to this 415. I mean, we created a bullish flag. It broke that pattern, came all the way back down here to support. We're coming up on that area again. So you can see how significant it is here on the daily as well. I mean, they tried to rise up, but couldn't break this area before it plummeted. This 415-ish area was holding as support for a very long time. I mean, you can look at, previous history here. That's the daily. Let's look at the weekly. So this is the 415-ish area. Look how many weeks we were holding above this level here. We were holding, we're in March, right? And going forward all this time we're holding above this 415 level. So this is going to be a very, very significant level to break. So if you're swing trading, if you're day trading, it doesn't even matter. But once SPY gets up to this 415-ish level, be very careful because there is going to be a possible rejection here. Now, once we get here, of course, because we're moving up, our new level of support, if we're going to continue to trend up, is now going to be 390 because our primary goal is we want to create higher lows. We want to create higher lows here. So once this level hits here, 415, it could possibly break and it could reject rather. And let's look here, could reject this 415-ish area, come back down, test this 390 area as support before it continues to rise. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see, because you want to anticipate this rejection here at 415, but you definitely want to hold this 390 level at area as support, because you want to create lower highs. You want to create a pattern, a bullish pattern, so that we can continue to rise. Whether it's a double bottom, it depends on how you see it. It could be a double bottom or it could be a bullish flag, right? And why do I say that? Because, and remember, we're looking on the weekly, so this is kind of like a higher time frame here. But if we create a bullish, if we can stay within this range here of 415 and 390 and kind of range up and down in this area before a break, that could be possible, right? But we need to hold this 390 area. Before it was 375, this is kind of where we came up at. I mean, we hit a low at this 200-day moving average at 362, 364. But as you see, as the weeks came, they kind of came up above the 200 MA, held it. Then they broke this, they broke this level up here, which was the 390-ish area here. And now we're coming up on this possible area of about 415. So once we get there, more than likely, we will reject it, come back, test this new area, 390 as new support, and it would still maintain this bullish flag. You could see a double bottom that could potentially create. You could see a bullish flag that could potentially create. But the overall goal is we want to see a bullish pattern create around this area, because we may have a lot of tug of war between this 415 and this 390 coming up, because 415 is so significant. So for day traders, just be careful. Just expect the possible pullback that could potentially happen on SPY back to 390, possibly, but definitely a possible rejection of 450. It's very highly possible, because it is a significant area on both monthly and weekly charts, which are the higher time frames. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of put this out there as well. I hope this helps everybody.